guys, so I'm here today to film a full face of products I hate video. I have a box full of products that I either hate, never use, don't reach for, don't like for one reason or another. Mostly I tried to pick products I didn't like formulation wise as opposed to color choice wise, except for eyeshadows, because I just feel like that's easier. For some of these products I'm gonna try to make them work using other products, but for most of them I'm just putting them on my face and praying for the best. This is the final look, which like I actually don't hate, but I do hate most of these products and I don't think I ever want to use them again. Please subscribe to my channel and join the fam. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yeah, I'm pretty great. You should stick around for that. But if you want to see how I got this look and watch me apply shit that I hate to my face, then keep watching. I always do my eyes first, so I'm going to be priming my eyes with the NYX eyeshadow base in Skin Tone. I don't like this because, first of all, this pot's really hard to get my finger into without sticking my nail in it. I already stuck my nail in it. Fantastic. And second of all, I hate that they have a color called Skin Tone because, like, hate to break it to you guys, but like not everybody in the world has the same skin tone. I just think the skin tone is like it's more of like a medium skin tone with yellow undertones, which is not my scene at all. I also can't remember if this creased on me or not, so fantastic. For eyeshadow, I threw away all the palettes that have products that I actually hate, like some of like the shitty Maybelline palettes and like singles and stuff. I just got rid of a lot of that. So I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette because I don't hate it, but I haven't used this palette in probably like 3 years. I think I've included it in 2 products I regret purchasing videos, and I just don't. I love cool toned eyeshadows. They're everything to me, and for some reason I don't reach for this palette. It's because there's so many shimmers in here. There's literally 1, 2, 3 mattes, and one of those mattes is a black, so like thanks for your help. And I also find that there's no deep tones in here. Like it's like literally like 2 light shades and then like mid-tone, 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 and a black. It's just really hard to create a good eye look with this. So I'm going to be taking Tease to start in my crease because it's the only matte shade that I could really think to use as a transition color. I really hate this eyeshadow primer because like you can still see all of the lines in my eyelids, which is like the dream, I guess. So I'm just gonna go right in with that dark purple called Busted because it's the only deep color to like deepen up my crease. And I'm gonna try to buff that out with a MAC 217. I also feel like nothing's blending on top of this eyeshadow primer very well. So that's fun. I don't think it's the palette that's not performing. I think it's this primer because it almost like looks oily on my lids, which I'm not loving. I also don't love that the really deep purple in this is a shimmery color. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, do you see, okay, don't mind my blending everywhere, but like, do you see how it's kind of patchy? I'm gonna take Snakebite and try to blend that with it because I know that maybe it's just this shadow, because like I know Snakebite is like a nicer color. It looks better. So I'm just gonna take a fluffy blush. Why can I not say brush sometimes? And I'm gonna blend the fuck out of that. So I'm gonna go back in with Tease and try to blend those edges out because I'm not loving any of this, if I'm being honest. So then I'm gonna take YDK, which is probably my favorite color in this palette and a color I've used a lot. It's just this really shimmery kind of a slightly deep pink champagne color that like I think just like pops on the lid. I will say Urban Decay does shimmers so well. And then I'm gonna go back in with Busted to just deepen up that the outer crease a little bit. So I just cleaned up that, and I'm just gonna leave the eyes for now. I always finish them at the end. For primer, I don't really have a primer that I absolutely hate because I'm so stingy when it comes to buying primers, but I do have, and like if I get a sample and I don't like it, I just toss it. I do have this Smashbox Photo Finish primer. This is just like the OG primer that everyone used to be obsessed with, and like it just, I don't hate it, but it just does literally nothing for me. So let's apply that all over my face. And also, if you can't see, I'm breaking out everywhere right now and I don't know why. So that's a fun experience. So let me put a bunch of products that I don't like on my face. For foundations, I pulled out 2 foundations. One is the Revlon Color Stay and one is the Kat Von D Lock It foundation. This one I think is expired, like really expired. Like it's really gloopy in there. So like, I don't really want to put that on my face. But I hate the Kat Von D one equally. So I thought about it and I was thinking, instead of just applying products I hate on my face, I'm gonna try to make them work. For me, the products that are gonna fuck up my whole face, if I don't like them, will be my foundation and my concealer. So I'm actually gonna mix them with some more creamier products because the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation is a full coverage, like dry, crusty foundation. If you have oily skin, this is supposed to be great for holding up your oils, and I believe it, but on me, it just gets like cakey and cracky and disgusting. So I'm gonna take 1 pump of that. Do you see how thick that is? On the back of my hands. And in order to make it work, I'm gonna add in 1 pump of the It Cosmetics CC Cream. This is the Illumination one. It's just a super glowy, thinner foundation, and I'm gonna mix them together so that hopefully, because like I don't want the Kat Von D foundation to go to waste, but I also don't wanna wear it by itself ever. This is still a pretty thick formula, but we'll see how it works. To blend that out, I'm going to be using the Morphe Cosmetics sponge. I don't remember what this is called. I'll put it somewhere. This is my least favorite sponge because, as you can see, this was bright red when I bought it, and look at it now. The bottom of this, you'd think, oh, that's stained with foundation, but if you actually look at it, it's not stained with foundation. It's just that's the part that I've washed the most, so like literally all the red dye has come out of it, and if you're using dye that's gonna bleed and fade like that, like I'm not sure how I feel about it being on my face. I also find it to be kind of large for my face, so. So that's 1 layer and it's not bad. I'm just gonna take whatever's left on my hand and just add it to my jaw area and anywhere else where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. For my under eyes, I feel so bad for hating on Kat Von D. I love most Kat Von D products, but her face products I just can't get with. This is the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Concealer in L5 Neutral, and it just does not work for me. So I'm gonna be using this under my eyes. It's just, again, such a cakey formula that I personally don't love it. Like, even just like the smoothness of rubbing it across my face feels like it has like a drag to it almost because it's so dry and thick. For spot concealing, I don't mind a thicker foundation or concealer like this, so I'm gonna leave it as is. I just got foundation on my pants, fuck. So I'm gonna leave it as is for spot concealing, but under my eyes, I'm gonna add in the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I'd add in Shape Tape, but I feel like it's almost like too thick of a consistency. This is too dark for me, but hopefully mixed together, they'll work out just fine. So I'm going to just gently kind of pat in my spot concealing. When I have a spot, what I like to do is apply concealer and then just gently pat with a beauty blender. It's not like when I'm just trying to blend in my concealer for like highlight. It takes a little bit more precision work. I do think this is a little light for me. And I mean, these two pimples I popped this morning, so they're a little harder to blend out or cover. I also feel like this sponge, the tip is not very pointed, so it's really hard to get in there. To set my under eye concealer, I'm gonna use this Marcel face powder. This is another product that I don't hate, but I literally never reach for it, so I guess we're gonna find out how it is. I'm gonna set my face using that same powder on a fluffier brush and then pray for the best because I don't like using setting powder like this. For brows, I have the Anastasia Brow Definer, which I know everyone fucking loves, but I have it in the shade Granite, and because I have the Benefit Goof Proof, I honestly prefer Goof Proof. Goof Proof is just a creamier, waxier kind of formula, whereas this is a drier formula and I find it drags and pulls, which I don't love, so can't wait to put that on my eyebrows. Okay, brows are on. This is a little cool tone for my brows are now, but that's a thing. My skin is looking not great. Next I'm gonna do mascara, but I don't have a mascara that I hate because I don't keep mascaras around if I don't like them. So I'm just going to throw a mascara on my back. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to be using the Benefit Lolly Tint Blush. I probably should have thought about this before I set my whole face with powder, but we're breaking all the rules today. I hate this blush because, this blush I fully hate because I don't like the formula. I don't like this stupid fucking nail dropper applicator. It dries super fast and is super hard to blend out, so pray for me. Like, who wants to have to paint their blush on like this? Literally nobody. I also find that I have to kind of, if I just tap it, you get too many dots and then it dries, where if you drag it around, it works better, but then you end up smudging your foundation. Like, look at how splotchy this one side is. So what I'm going to do is take that powder brush again and just kind of powder over it and hope that, because like this side looks nice actually. It's giving a nice sheen. I don't hate the finish or the color. It's just that it's so, like, can you see how splotchy it is? I'm not living for it. My camera just stopped recording for no reason, but I think you saw blush but not highlight. So I put on the ColourPop My Little Pony pressed highlighter. This is in the shade, they didn't tell me because like that's flawless. I just find that like it comes off a little chalky, and as you can see if I swatch it on my hand here, it just doesn't really show up. I really had to like scrub it into my face to make it show up, and when it's on it's nice. It's just like too much work for what it is. I expect better from ColourPop. I love their pressed powder eyeshadows. I love their cream highlights, so I just kind of expect more from them. So next I'm gonna go with liquid liner. This is the Essence Super Fine Waterproof Eyeliner Pen, and I fucking hate this. This is what the tip looks like. It's kind of stiff, and I hope it still has product in it because I bought this and I never used it because I find that it doesn't layer over top of itself well, so pray for me. I also use it like twice and then stopped using it again, so I don't know how it could be dried out or out of product right now. Oh no, it still has product in it. It's just like the product is almost not in the tip. Like it's pulling, giving me more pigment when I'm pressing onto like the middle of the tip, but like not the end of the tip. So on the end I'm getting this like really lackluster, almost gray color. I'm just gonna do a super thin line because I'm not even gonna try to fuck around with this. I mean, I have wings, I just think they look awful. Oh, let me finish the eyes. I'm just gonna take the shimmery color, which is called Booty Call, and put that on the inner corner. Oh, she's pigmented. And then I'm gonna take Foxy, which is a matte off-white, which like, thank you for putting that in the palette. I hate nothing more than a shimmery brow bone color, but I also don't think this color is very pigmented, so that's a thing. Everything is done except for lips. Going through my lips was hard. Going through my lip products was hard because like I feel like if I don't like a lipstick or a lip formula, I'll just get rid of it because I have so many lipsticks. But a lip product that I've held on to that I really hate are the OCC lip tars. I think they have new packaging now, but like they sold these in these packaging for a long ass time and they got away with it. Those meddling teens. So I have the color Black Dahlia, NSFW, this is Hoochie, and I have the color Lydia. I think I'm gonna put NSFW on my lips. Okay, this is really oily. This is the problem with these lips products, is like you have to like warm them up, work them into your hands, move them around, and like who has time for this when you're putting on fucking lipstick if you leave them to sit for too long? Like, I don't have time for this. I don't think you have time for this. What I want to do is use NSFW and mix in a little bit of Black Dahlia just because I want it to be deeper, but I don't want it to be like Black Dahlia deep. So I need to mix them up or they get super oily like this, which I just squirted onto my hand and has run everywhere. It just like also feels sticky on like my hand, which is gross. You know what? That's a really nice color I just made. These are good for like color theory and mixing products and like having the ability to do that, but like no one does that on a regular basis. Like even when like Anastasia launched that like lip palette, like who has time for that? Literally nobody. And you have to apply this with a brush, kill me. So that's on, and like I actually like the color. I kind of like this like vinyl finish. Ooh, it's on my teeth. That's hot. I kind of almost like this vinyl finish it has, but it is bleeding into the lines around my lip, which is fun. And I'm gonna zoom you in and kind of show you the whole foundation situation. So you can see it bleeding here. You can kind of see how dry and cakey it is around my chin. My nose is disgusting. The forehead is, as always, creasy and gross. This blush is a little much. Eyeshadow looks okay, but like the liquid liner is a disaster. So I guess I'll say, all in all, overall the face doesn't look bad. Like it's a face that I could leave the house in, but like I don't love it. I'm gonna try to save this with the only thing I think could save it, and that is MAC Fix Plus. So let's see how it does. I'll say overall it did make everything look a little bit better, which I expect from MAC Fix Plus. It's a miracle worker. Everything is just sitting nicer. My blush is still out of control. Actually, it kind of melted it together with my highlight really nicely. Fucking Fix Plus is magical. My eyeshadow, I still don't love. The lipstick is like cute. Like I like this color, but like I'm not gonna go through this much trouble to put my lips on every day. So that's a full face of products I fucking hate. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like this or any other video ideas down below, because I didn't know what else to film today, so I filmed this and I'm like kind of into it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.